Hey everybody, Dirili here with some otome game news. Well, not just news, but some information also that some of you could be interested in about stuff that's out there that you may not actually know about yet. There will be links galore down in the description to everything I mention here. So the big news is that just a few days ago at the Anime Expo, Axis announced their plans to localize 3 otome games for 2017, Collar X Malice, Bad Apple Wars, and Period Cube, Torikago no Amadeus. They also seem to be planning to localize the Code Realized fan disc, and they're working on trying to bring Hakuoki Sweet School Life over as well, though there's no ETA on either of those titles, and Hakuoki in particular seems to have a few hurdles that they need to get over before that can really be considered official. But keep your fingers crossed. I'd rather have the other games in sequence, but beggars can't be choosers, so I'd be happy with Sweet School Life. Iramuni, or I hope I'm saying that name right, I'm not completely sure, but that person and I were planning on fan translating Collar X Malice when it comes out in August, but in light of the localization announcement, we decided we'll only do a few episodes. We're hoping to whet some people's appetite for the game and fan the flames for the sales when it comes out in English. And in the last couple weeks or months, there's been announcements about other games as well. Mystic Messenger by Chariots, the company that bought us Dandelion and Nameless, released July 5th, depending on what day this video comes out. It might be actually on July 5th, or if it's later, then it came out already. This is a mobile game, though, so it hasn't had so much circulation as far as news and announcements go. I figured it's worth mentioning for the fans of their other games. Also, Taisho Alice is being localized by E2 Gaming. No ETA on that one yet. Manga Gamer has announced that they will be doing Fashioning Little Miss Lonesome, which will be available in both a family-friendly version and an adult version. As far as I can tell, there's no ETA for that one yet either. And it seems like there's only 2 options for guys in that one. It's a romantic comedy type of thing. And usually I don't talk about original English language visual novels for a number of reasons, but there is a game coming out called Precatio, I think that's how it's pronounced, which at first I didn't think much of, but they got a new artist for the game and it looks much better now, so I thought I'd give that a mention here. As far as I know, there's no exact release date for that either, but I believe it should be coming out soon. It's currently open for pre-orders at a discounted price of $20. Now, here's something I wanted to put out for other fanatics like me who are interested in certain titles and would go that extra mile to read them. It turns out there are 4 particular otome games of note that I have seen so far that were originally for PSP in Japan that have been translated to English. However, their English counterparts are only in mobile format and thus are in portrait instead of landscape, and most of them don't import the voices, music, and/or animations, depending on which game you're talking about. Also, since you have to buy them per route, you have to play the game a bit differently. But be that as it may, it's possible to buy both, the import PSP and the mobile game, and match up the translations with the PSP game, and use a Google translated walkthrough to keep on your desired path with a particular guy. I tried it out a bit with Eternal Vows / Nisei no Jigiri, since I already own the PSP disc of that, and it was a pretty close matchup as far as I had gone, which wasn't too far, but it was still pretty easy to match up. I was planning on doing readings of those later on, but I'm not so sure I'll have the time for that, and definitely not anytime soon. But I figured mentioning it here in a news thing would be good to give as an option for people. Anyway, for those who are interested in those, the ones that I know of are all in the Shall We Date series by NTT Solmare Corporation, Scarlet Fate, which is Hiro no Kakera 4, Seasons of Love, which is Hiro no Kakera 4's fan disc, so in effect part 2, Eternal Vows is Nisei no Jigiri, and Demon's Bond is Toki no Kizuna. And that's all that I can think of at the moment. Hey, if anyone else knows any more otome games out there that were originally PSP, Vita, or some other higher-end format that were ported over to mobile version, please let me know. I'd love to find more of these. Personally, out of the upcoming releases, the ones I plan on getting are Collar X Malice, the Code Realized fan disc, and Hakuoki Sweet School Life. Hopefully that one will come to fruition. I have so much on my wish list. Why are so few of them being translated? Ugh. I tend to like the darker titles, and I definitely need good art in my games, and I like the characters to look more adult, so a lot of these releases don't appeal to me so much for those reasons. But at least there's a few for me. And hopefully eventually I won't even need the games to be in English. Crossing my fingers here. Well, that's it for our news updates for now. I felt I had to do this since there was such an overload of updates this week. I hope I've given you all something to look forward to, and perhaps gave some of you new interests. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.